Hey everybody, it's Matt, Wrestling with Whiskey back. Quick little tasting right now we're going to do. What we have with us today is Shenk's Sour Mash Whiskey. Oh yeah. So Shenk's, this is one of a products made by Michter's. Actually on the bottle it does say bottled by the Michter's Distillery in Louisville, Kentucky. But kind of like Bombergers, it's one of their properties, but it is not distilled by them. It is sourced. We don't know the source of it. We don't know the age of it. We know it's not bourbon. It is Kentucky Sour Mash Whiskey, which potentially is similar to the Michter's Sour Mash Whiskey and some of their other products, but we don't quite know, other than the fact that it was made in Kentucky, distilled and bottled in Kentucky. That's literally all we know. So this is one kind of a limited release. This and Bombergers only come out a limited time, so people kind of seek these out. I was able to get these at a relative, I believe, what is a retail value of about, I think 40 or 50 bucks. So I figured I may as well jump on it and try it. And let's see if you should seek it out. Cheers. So the color's nice, you know, another brown whiskey. It's a rich nose. Very bourbony, lots of caramel, deep breaths give you a little bit of tobacco and stuff, and some of the char. A little bit of almost candy on there underneath the kind of like black pepper baking spice. More of the same on the palate. There's actually a lot going on right in the middle and the back of the palate. Kind of spice and that Kentucky hug bouncing off the roof of my mouth right now. It's a pleasant sip. It's not super high proof. It's 91.2, so 45.6% ABV. It drinks really nicely though. It's got a little bit of a viscous mouthfeel. It's got a kind of enveloping coating feeling. Vanilla, a little bit of banana in there, just a wee bit. That spice comes through again, kind of peppery, things like that. A little bit of floral rye spice makes me think there's a pretty, as well as the spice and the tingle going down the tongue and the back of the throat, makes me think that's pretty decent rye mash bill. But this is pleasant. This and Bombergers are kind of an interesting thing in that I think they're both pleasant sips, but I have seen people kind of go nuts a little bit for them when I don't know if it's warranted. They're nice whiskeys, and if you get them at 50, 60 bucks, which I think is what they should be priced around, then they're good. If you're going kind of quote unquote secondary prices and paying upwards of $100 for either one of these bottles, I think you're overreaching unless you really, really need to have it for whatever reason. But I think they're pleasant sips without anything crazy to write home about. There are a lot of things that are on the shelf, I believe, every day that are comparable. I look at things like Russell's 10-year, or even the Russell single barrels, whether it's store pick or not. Some of the old Forester products, 1920, you can find almost everywhere. That's a good proofer, as well as things like Early Times, Bottled and Bond, Evan Williams, Bottled and Bond, things that are sitting on the shelf. Quality sips that are easy to find, as good or close to something like this. Thanks for joining me, guys. We'll be back with more. You know that. Always going to be testing our palates, always going to be expanding our minds and everything like that, and always, always, always be wrestling with whiskey.